Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hello, Nyan. Welcome to the class.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. Give me just 1 second, Nyan, real quick. Yo te pedí un favor a ti. Ahí yo no te quiero, son las 11 de la noche. Vamos a acostarte y tú me vas para el día entero de estar jugando vaina ahí. Tú no puedes durar un día entero jugando Nintendo. Está bueno ya. A tus, óyeme, no te quiero ver un día entero jugando Nintendo. So I told you, do it again one more time. All right, this. Hello, Nyan.
Okay, hello.
Welcome to the class. I hope you're fine. So let me see. Let's talk about our class. What did you and I talk in our previous lesson?
Remembering to the past.
Remember in the past, right? That is correct. So today we're gonna share our today we are gonna share our new class, our today's class. But let me tell you something. So yesterday there was something special that we talked about in our yesterday class.
Oh, the
In
Ukraine war, right?
Yeah, we talk about that special vocabulary that has to do with the Ukraine war, and then something else I wanted to remind you: the use of the infinitive plus the use of the gerund. The use of the infinitive in English plus, I mean, versus, right, the use of the infinitive. So this way, do you still remember how I explained to you to use that?
Uh, the infinitive, right?
Yeah, do you still remember that?
So like I remember that. You said let me remember. So you said that when you say I want to do something, that means that you want to perform it, and if you like I I want doing. So that means you like that action. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you,
like referring to the action that is being done, and the other one
yeah,
is
you
how
like
the
to
action
perform.
is, yeah, it's being performed by you or by somebody else. That's pretty much this difference we can state when it has to do with infinitive and gerund. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you this. All right. I'll share my screen to you over here.
Okay.
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 Remember in the past, it was the previous lesson, right?
Yeah.
We talk about this situation, the one, some vocabulary related to the topic, such as battlefield casualties, comrades, conflicts, officer, puppet swarm, etc. So today's class, something else. I remember I discussed to you in the previous lesson was the exam strategy. Whenever you have a multiple choice, what is that you need to do in order for you to perform better during the evaluation?
So you will read the question and options carefully before you listen for the first time.
Well done. Pretty good. Your memory keeps fresh. Very good. You make my night happy. My night. So there is daytime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's continue. Okay. So grammar. Let's talk
Used
about
to.
grammar used to. Yeah, let me ask you something. Do you have any idea what is used to for?
Like we take it like what it for, like we can like use it for what. Yeah, think
Mm,
so.
I'm gonna explain this to you. Used to. So used to is a kind of verb that you regularly use referring to the past. In regards actions, it has to do with actions that were done, right? Pretty much
Yeah.
actions that you did in the past, but not like something you did in the past, something that was often done by somebody. Example,
Yeah.
I used to play baseball. I'm from America and I used to play baseball over here, right? So
Yeah.
I used to. So you're referring to something that was part of your hobbies, part of the things you used to do, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead with
Okay.
exercise number 1. Okay. So we are, give me just 1 second. Okay, now let's continue. So now we are going to read and listen to the dialogue between friends. All right. So this is a conversation between two friends, Daisy and Evie. All right. So the question here is, how does Daisy feel at the end? So just listen carefully. All right. Because I'm going to ask you a few quick questions related to this conversation. Just look up there that you will need to complete the sentence with an adjective and your own words. All right.
Uh,
Just listen carefully. Here we go.
Lesson 2D. Exercise 1.
Okay.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi,
What have
Daisy.
you got there? It's a box that my dad found in the attic. It's full of my old things. Cool. Let me see. This is my school book from primary school. You used to have really neat handwriting. And look, here's a photo of me when I was 5. Did you used to wear dresses? Yes, all the time. How sweet. You never wear dresses now. And look at your hair. It's blonde. I know. I didn't used to have red hair. You used to be pretty. What do you mean I used to be pretty?
All right. So would you like us to perform this conversation?
Daisy is a bit upset at the end because I Daisy said that way because Evie said that she used to be pretty, so just like sometimes she will be pretty. I think so.
Okay, Daisy is upset because sometimes she used to be pretty. Let me see.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that like uh
And let me ask you something. How does Daisy feel at the end?
Daisy upset at the end.
Upset, all right? So would you like us to perform this conversation as if we are the ones? I'm gonna open up, all right? Hi,
Okay,
Daisy.
okay.
Hi, Daisy. What have you got there?
It's a box that my dad found in the attic. It's full of my old things.
Cool, let me see.
This is my school book from primary school.
You used to have really neat handwriting.
And and look, here's a photo of me when I was 5.
Did you used to wear dresses?
Yeah, yes, all the time.
How sweet. You never wear dresses now. And look at your hair. It's blondie.
I know, I didn't used to have red hair.
You used to be pretty.
What do you mean? I used to be pretty.
What do you mean? I used to be pretty. All right, so good job. Let's continue. Number 2. So now I'm going to give you the pencil and you will need to underline all examples of used to in exercise number 1.
Okay.
And then I have a question for you. How do we form the negative and interrogative? Here we go. Let's start with the first one. Let me see. Let me close this. I'm gonna share. Give me a second. Oh, wow. Let me see. So do you have the ability to access to my screen?
I don't know. Let me see. Oh, okay.
Can you use the
Oh, okay. I can
the
use it now.
pencil or the pen?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Okay. So you want me to
Underline all the examples that has used to.
used to? Let me say. Did you used to wear dresses? You used to be pretty. Okay, I used to be pretty. Uh, I know I didn't used to have red hair. Uh, okay, you used to have really neat handwriting. Okay,
Okay.
that's all.
It used to be pretty in this one. Okay. Very good. Fantastic, Jan. You did it pretty well. You used to have really hit a neat handwriting. Did you used to wear dresses? I know I didn't used to have red hair. And what do you mean? I used to be pretty. Those are the examples. All right. So another question for you. Okay. So how do
Okay,
we use the form? How do we use the negative and interrogative form?
interrogative. What does it mean? Like a question?
Like them to make questions, all right? To ask for questions.
No, I think to make a question, so we need did and then now and verb to and now. right? And a noun.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So like an example, let me see. That's for the past tense, obviously. All right. But you can say like, I didn't used to have red hair. I didn't. All right. The negative form referring to the past.
Okay.
Okay.
Negative form.
And this one, did you used to, that's for the negative. All right. The other one, did you used to wear dresses? Did you used to wear dresses? This one is the, this one is a
Question.
negative. Yeah, this one is a question, but also makes emphasis on the past. You got my point?
Yeah. So you need the noun and used to something
Yeah.
like that. But let me erase the highlight. Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead with this one. Okay.
Okay.
Number 3. So we are going to read the learn this box. We are going to complete the examples, then match the examples with use 1 and 2. Okay, so give
Yeah.
me 1 second. I'm afraid I need to take some water. Just remain with me. Just 1 second. And here we are. Okay, read the
Hello.
learn this box, complete the examples, then match the examples with uses 1 and 2. Look at this. Affirmative. My parents
Used to live in London, but now they live in Paris.
in Paris. All right. My parents used to live in London, but now they live in Paris. Negative. Number 2. All right.
I'm not used to have a DVD player, but I have got one now.
I didn't used to have a DVD player, but I've got one now. And let's go ahead with that interrogative.
Did you used to walk to school? Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you used to walk to a school? Yes, I did. But now I cycle
But
every day.
every day. Okay.
So let's continue. I used to.
We use. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
We used to for past habits, situations that were different in the past. Okay, so we use like I said, we use we use used to for past habits or situations that were different in the past. The form doesn't change. So clear with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so look at this. Here, let's talk about a little bit of phonetic, all right? The way how words are pronounced, okay, and syllables. So we're going to listen and repeat. Here, I'm gonna make a lot of emphasis on pronunciation because I would like you to sound a bit more like as a native as you can, all right? So
Okay.
obviously, you know something for us to be able to neutralize or reduce, all right, a bit the accent. All right, so let's work with it. Look at over here. So give me a second. Hold on, give me just 1 second. Oh, I think it's like, oh my gosh. All right, so I think I got it. Okay, so here it is.
Lesson 2D.
Okay.
Exercise 4.
Did you used to wear dresses? I
Did
didn't
you
used to
wear
have red
dresses?
hair.
All right.
You used to be pretty.
Okay. That's all. I think so.
Okay, so then I want you to help me. So what we're gonna do over here, I would like you to answer for me the questions 1, 2, 3. Let me ask you,
Okay.
did you used to wear dresses?
No, I didn't.
I
course.
didn't use, you can use the long way, like, no, I didn't used to wear
To wear dresses.
dresses. All right,
Okay.
so B, I didn't used to have red hair.
I
I mean,
didn't.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my apologies. So let me say something. So the exercise entails, I'm sorry, to answer the questions. There is something here. All right. So as you see, there is only one question on top. All right. So let's continue. I just want you to listen and I just want you to repeat the pronunciation. That's it.
Okay.
Do it this way. So then listen carefully. I'm gonna play again so that you repeat it after that. You're just going
Okay.
to repeat now in this opportunity. Oh, I noticed that it stopped.
Lesson 2D.
Listen
Exercise
carefully and
4.
repeat after that.
Did you used to wear dresses?
All right?
Did you
I didn't
used to wear
used to have
dresses?
red hair.
I didn't used to
You
have red
used to
hair.
be pretty.
Okay, you used to?
You used to be pretty.
Pretty.
Okay. Pretty. You
All
used
right.
to be pretty. All right.
Okay. Perfect. So can you repeat the next 3 sentences?
How is wait, okay. So did you used to wear dresses? I didn't used to have red hair. You used to be pretty. Okay.
Yeah, now let's go with the 1, 2, 3 over there.
Okay.
How is
the
pronounced? How is the
S
pronounced
in
used to?
in used to? I think.
Yeah. And right?
I think the S1 does.
That's right.
Okay.
And the other ones. Right. So number 2 is the, oh well, in this case, the D, it's not referring to the phonetical sound. Is that D silent or pronounced?
Silent.
Okay. How is to pronounce? All right.
To what to? To.
Yeah.
Use
Okay.
to.
Okay. So look out. Let's look out here. So just be careful not to confuse the verb from used to, referring an action that you used to perform in the past, to with the phrase to be or to get used to something. When you say I used to be, I am used to play volleyball. I am used to. When you say you are used to do something, that means that you are accustomed, right?
Okay.
So this is something that you do frequently, and you frequently do that. You used to, all right? Like, let me just explain to you this because I don't want to create confusion. Let me show you. What it refers, I am used to. Noodles. For example, I am used to eat noodles. When you say I am used to eat noodles, you are saying that you are accustomed,
Yeah.
to eat noodles. However, when you say I used to eat noodles, something different, you're saying that before you used to do that. So it's important not to be confused, because in the context of how it is written, used to refers to an action that somebody else used to perform. But also in the other hand, when you say like the verb to be, right, plus used to, so you're referring that you were accustomed to do this thing. You got it?
Okay. Got it.
And then you can, for example, like maybe give me some examples if you want it this way. Let me show you something. Just be careful not to confuse the verb form used to with the phrase be or get. All right. So we
Yeah.
use something. These classes feel strange, but I get used to them. She hates losing. She isn't used to do it. That's pretty much like the context on how to apply that. Do you understand this lookout box?
Understand.
Perfect. So let's continue. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Number 5. So let's complete the sentences with the affirmative, negative or interrogative form of used to, and the verbs below. So in this case, as you already understand that, Nyan, I'm afraid that I'm going to give you certain opportunity for you to use your ideas, all right? Organize your ideas.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to use the correct forms of used to in order for you to be able to complete this exercise. And then once you are ready, so we are going to compare your answers with the answers on the presentation. You ready? Let me know once you are. If you're ready, just let me know ready in case you are. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, my brother Jen.
Used to like school, but he loves it. He loves it now.
All right, my dad.
Didn't used to play tennis, but now he spends every evening at the tennis club.
All right, perfect. So number 3, what subjects?
Used did the ASEAN. What subject did the ASEAN Greeks used to teach at school?
Okay, so let me ask
And
you.
okay.
Let me see. Number 4, I.
Used to play a games console, but it broke.
Okay, next one. Number 5,
My
my sister.
my didn't used to learn Japanese, but she learned it before she moved to Tokyo.
Okay, my sister used to learn Japanese, but she learned it before she moved to Tokyo. Well done. This theater
Used to be a church.
used to be a church. That's right. Number 7.
Did your teachers at primary school used to angry with you?
Okay, say it again one more time. Number 7.
Did your teachers at primary school used to angry with you?
Okay, so this theater used to be a church, and the other one was, did your teachers at primary school
Used to get angry with you.
used to get angry? That's right. So my aunt
My used to work in the department store, but it closed.
okay, my aunt used to work in a department store, but it closed. Okay, number 9. I
Didn't used to read books, but I'm really into detective fiction these days.
okay, I didn't used to read books, but I'm really into detective fiction these days. Well done, pretty good job. So let's continue to exercise number 6. Okay, have you changed? Have you changed a lot since you were a young child? So what I want you to do over here, so you're gonna write some notes about appearance, likes and dislikes, toys and games, and probably if you used to have some unusual habits, so you can express all that. All right. So organize your
Okay.
ideas. There you have 4 options, and then let me see what you are made of. You can organize your ideas. I'm sorry.
Okay. I okay. Hello.
Okay, so here we are. So let me see. Have you changed a lot since you were a young child? So appearance. What have you changed on your appearance?
Uh, I used to be very short when I was very young child, but now
You used to
I'm
be very,
pretty.
very short.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you like or dislike?
I used to like uh to listen to rock music, but now I don't want to listen. But not now.
And what
Yeah.
do you do? What do you dislike?
I dislike nothing changed since I was a young child. I dislike like I still hate to eat beans.
Okay, and what were those toys and games you used to play with?
I used to play the card game, but not now. Like
Card
an
games and not
unusual,
now. So what were
unusual
those
habit.
unusual habits you used to perform?
I used to listen to sing in the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh, this is one of my hobbies too. When I'm having a bath, so what I do here is to become a singer, right?
Yeah,
So,
me too. But not
so
now.
I
Like
feel
not now.
inspired.
Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Okay, so here it is. Okay, so let me see.
Okay.
Number 7, speaking exercise. So this is what we are gonna do with this one. So that's pretty much based on interviewing a partner, right? So it's all about interviewing a partner, interview your partner about his or her childhood. So we're gonna use used to and this prompts, but I think you can do this with me because now we are in a one-on-one class. We can do this, and I can give you the answers just to produce to enable a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, so you can start asking me questions.
What did you used to look like?
Well, before I used to be thinner, a little bit thinner, but
Okay.
then later I was stronger, all right, with muscles, but now I'm a bit fatter.
Okay.
I used to in the
Wha-
past.
Okay. What things you used to like or hate?
What things I used to like or hate? Well,
Yeah.
I used to like some. I used to like. Let me see. She's cheeseburger, but now I don't
Yeah.
think I am a big fan of cheeseburger.
She's
I think now I hate cheeseburger because it's too
okay.
greasy.
Okay. What what toys or games did you use to play with?
Toys. When I was a child, right? When I was a child, I
Yeah.
used to play with a big mallet, like the ones that sounds like chut, chut. Do you know
Okay.
what? Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the one that
Like
sounds like chut, burp, burp.
with a loud sound, right?
Yeah.
Like,
When I was a child, I remember that I was around 3 to 4 years old. I have a good memory. And
yeah.
play
Okay.
Super Nintendo. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, Nintendo, like
But
console, right?
there was the first console. Nintendo was a regular one, but then after that we got Super Nintendo, and that was the best
Wow.
of the best.
Yeah, but now it's at the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's the best one now.
Was the best of the world. So Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
Street Fighters, uh, all of those.
Okay. And what
So
have you, okay? What have you? What have you have any you unusual? What have you have any unusual habits?
unusual habit. I used to lift up
Yeah.
myself on a bar in
Yeah.
my unusual. In my bedroom, I have a bar in which I used to lift up myself because I could not go to the gym, and then I hand myself on this bar. Like
Okay, understand.
that was something a bit unusual because this is where I put my clothes, but I also hand with my body right there, and I lift my body over there, and I open
Okay.
and I exercise. That's something that we usually do at the gym, but I used to do that, and this is something unusual for many people.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question?
No, no more.
Okay, so perfect, Nyan. Nyan, so in order to finish, all right, I previously gave you a project. Do you remember the project that I assigned to you? That'll be for the
Yeah.
next week, not for now, not for
Okay.
today. So your pending assignment will be this one to give you the chance to be less busy. All right. So
Okay.
this is what we're gonna do here in the next class. We're gonna start the class with this homework I gave you. Yan, can you tell me what you and I talked, all right, today in this amazing class?
Uh, we like learn to how to use used to, right? We
Okay,
learn how to use used to.
we learned today in our class we learned today in this class how to use used to, all
Used
right,
to.
in the context of our conversation. Okay, and can
Okay.
you give me 3 examples of how to use the used to? For example, negative, affirmative, negative, and interrogative.
I didn't used to learn. Uh, didn't used to learn English when I was a child, but I did it. I do it now. I used to uh play games when I was younger. And did you did you used to have any weird and you did you used to have any unusual habits? Okay, that's pretty example.
Perfect, perfect. So just 1 second. Very good. We have finished with this part. Let me see. Something I want to make sure of.
Okay.
So real quick. Okay. So for next class, we're gonna be dealing with this topic. Yeah, thank you very much for being active in the class. I wish you a fantastic rest of the day and see you in our
Okay.
next class. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.